Okay, right, today I am going to do my double leg. Now, this isn't like everybody's double leg. Everyone has their own way of doing this. I did the double leg from the age of 6, so there's lots of people coming here and helped out with this and made little differences. I'm going to do the best that I can to teach you what I know. As I say, everyone's going to be different, but this is my double leg. So, my double leg in grappling is very different to my double leg in wrestling, but we're going to look at a double leg for grappling, alright? So, even in grappling, I'll have a lead leg. In this case, my lead leg is my left leg. Normally in wrestling, it would be the other way around, okay? But from years of doing MMA and striking and stuff, my lead leg now is my left leg, okay? So, things I need for a double leg. Graham is just going to be a body. He's not going to move. He's just going to do his thing. He's just going to stand there. First thing for me is always I want to cut an angle on Graham. Now, some people will power straight through with a double leg. I'm not a fan for that myself. What I want to do is I want to cut an angle on Graham. So everything that I want to do in my wrestling stance is to be able to make an angle. I make an angle of like 45 degrees on Graham's hips. Okay. The reason for that is because I want to blow through that to cut the corner over here, because I want to pass his guard as I take him down. Okay. When I hit this angle, what a lot of people would do from here is they would change level at this point. Okay, so a lot of coaches will tell you to change level at this point. All right, I was told from being this big by a certain Russian coach that if they see me change level, they're going to react to me changing levels. So the best way I can hide my change of level is actually in my forward step. Okay, so as I power my forward step, that's when my level change comes. Okay, so as I power my forward step, my level change naturally goes down at the same time. If I level change and then power, he's going to see it coming from miles away, alright? So it's a little tiny detail. You might like it, you might not. It works for my shot. Okay, so I've made my angle. Now everything comes off the power leg. The power leg is at the back, the ball of the foot is engaged. My hips are in a straight line like a railway track. I want to put the ball of my foot as close to the ball of his foot as possible. If my ball of my foot is too far away from him, what happens is I don't have any power on my rockover step. I don't drive into his hips. Okay? So I want to make sure that my foot goes into the control zone and it goes alongside the ball of his foot. Alright? When I do my rockover step as well, if you don't know what a rockover step is, I'm going to put my foot onto the floor and drive over my leading knee. And it's a drive over my leading knee. I'm not stepping and then powering onto that knee and stopping. Alright? I'm actually as though I'm trying to slide underneath Graham. Yeah, and I must have that. I must have that. Okay? Oh, up again. Alright, so I've got to my point. I've made my angle. My angle is really, really important. I'm going to drive the ball of my foot to hit the ball of his foot. As I do this, I tuck my chin onto my chest. My ear is going to try and clip his hip. Now, if you've ever seen older pictures of me, I used to have a horrific cauliflower ear, and that was because that was always the ear that hit the hip. I had plastic surgery because I'm really bad. So I get down here. I'm going to shoot everything forward for my rockover step. Ball of my foot plants. As the ball on my foot plants, I'm going to have my trailing leg, and my shoulder is going to drive through his hip as I drive into him. Okay? Now I'm a lot more upright than a lot of coaches would have. Right? The reason for this for me is because I like to have a power double from here. Okay? I like to be able to get underneath his hips. Now, even in this position, if Graham sprawls on me, he's actually sprawling down onto my shoulder. Alright? So if I manage to get under his hips and cause his hips some movement, then the 45-degree angle that a lot of people want is really not necessary. It also stops me being as open to the guillotine and stuff, alright? My head goes on his hip. That again is going to stop the guillotine. My head's too low for him to reach. Yeah? I don't really need my hands, but I am going to use my hands. My hands are going to cut in, and they're going to slam together. I don't hold, I don't grab up here. I'm going to catch behind his knees. Alright? And at this point, my trailing leg, which is not perfect freestyle trailing leg, is going to turn this corner. See how my knee has turned this corner and I'm grabbing this leg. I might change to some other thing in a minute. I might trap this leg with this foot, drive him over or something, all right? But what I really want is to pinch that leg in between my thighs, and my drive is now going to turn that way. So I'm now going to 45 degrees in that direction. So my head is going to drive through him, and I'm going to look where I want Graham to land. So my hands block here. This is the important thing because it's a knee tap. I'm going to drive in that direction. As I drive past his legs. So I'm not driving through him, I'm driving past his legs. And as I land, I am blocking with this inside bicep and driving my shoulder onto the ground while blocking the hip. Alright? Now if Graham tries to recover guard, quite difficult because I can hold him off for a bit here. Okay? Once I've got him to the ground and once I've got his hips dominated, I'm then going to turn my hip into the ground so that my body is controlling his hips. Yeah. And my knees are facing in the right direction. Okay? From here, I go for my underhook and I come to some kind of side control. Okay? So, a lot to that, a lot to the breakdown of it. We go through it quickly once more. We're both in our stance, whatever it may be. We're wrestling, wrestling, wrestling. Okay? I want to cut my angle so I get 45 degrees through him. I'm going to shoot. Power leg does the drive. My shoulder makes contact with the hip, ball of the foot next to the ball of the foot, and I'm trying to slide underneath him, okay, with my rock over step. So I shoot. My chin is down at this point. Stops me being grabbed. If my head contacts on his hip, doesn't knock me out. At this point, I cut the knees. Alright, his hips are starting to get light. The back leg, the trailing leg, is going to step up and turn the corner. I'm a lot more upright than a lot of coaches would have you. I prefer it this way. Cut the knee, cut the knee. I'm going to drive with my head, and I'm going to look towards the top corner of the room and then to the floor as I drive him down. This leg explodes and I shoot in that direction. I'm kind of going past this leg as I throw it past. Catch the hip, down to the ground. Tripod, okay? Without Graham, a tripod position. I'm trying to land everything onto that shoulder when I hit the deck. I want to wind him if possible. I want to cause something to be not nice about the breadbasket. This is blocking the guard recovery. This is blocking the shrimp from the hips. If Graham comes back into the mix. So I land. This is uncomfy for Graham, he doesn't like it. This is blocking the hip, this is blocking the leg. I turn my hips into that gap. And for a moment, I sit here, knees forward. Hopefully he's winded, hopefully he doesn't like it already. Gonna drive, grab hold of his shoulder, head and arm control, and turn my hips over into some kind of side control. Now if you know my side control, I'm not worried too much about this arm, lifting this arm or whatever. I just want to smear him into the ground. Okay, that's my double leg. All right, that's the little details built into it. Hope you like it. I do.